My tips on how to pass the Philippine bar exams. Hello and welcome back to the Hey Attorney podcast. Learn the law with me, Attorney Bernice Piñol Rodriguez, as I unpack legal issues and frequently asked questions, serving them to you in bite-sized lessons. I keep it simple, I keep it straightforward, so let's get on with today's topic. So it has been said that the Philippine bar exams is one of the most difficult exams in the whole world, and I can attest to this. And now, at this very moment, our fresh law graduates are actually preparing for the biggest event of their lives, which is the 2024 bar exams. So, I have come up with a very short list of my tips on how to pass the bar exams, based, of course, on my personal experience, which was not too long ago. I'm just kidding. It's been long. It's since 2016. Wait, so how long has it been? So, I took the bar exams on November 2016. And then I became a lawyer the year after that. We were sworn in. So it's all very surreal. But honestly, it was one of the most difficult things I ever had to go through. But actually, it's only second to motherhood and childbirth, which is for another episode. Mas mahirap pa rin manganak at maging nanay. But anyway, we're talking about the bar exams here. So if you are taking the bar exams this year or next year, or you're a law student or any student for that matter, when it comes to exam taking, there are some principles and rules and maybe just really sound advice that maybe you can use in this episode. So I hope you tune in. So here are my tips for taking the bar exams. Number 1, do not panic. I know it sounds simplistic, but really it's one of the things that you have to manage the stress. You have to manage your emotions and try not to pressure yourself so much so that you do not panic. According to the American Psychological Association, coping with stress is one of the most crucial things you can ever do for your mental health and general well-being. So you have to learn how to manage your stress, cope with it, and how to hone it to your favor. If you panic kasi, this will cloud your judgment and this will hinder your ability to recall. So try to relax. Don't pressure yourself too much. Don't fill your mind with anxious thoughts and try to adapt any kind of technique or any kind of hobby that relaxes you. Again, fight panic with relaxation. Next, plan and prioritize. So instead of thinking about time management, try priority management. Think about the most important subjects and topics and subject matters that you have to really zone in on. You have to start at the very beginning or even months before you start your review. You have to plan your pace. You have to plan your study calendar day after day. But when it comes down to it and it gets really hard and you can't finish what you've planned, again, don't panic, try to relax, but now just focus on the most important things. The things that pabalik-balik na question sa bar exam. So in my case, syempre, realistically speaking, most law students really don't finish the coverage, just to be honest with you. And so what I did was I stuck with the Pareto principle, the 80-20. You can Google that, and they have a book for it actually for the bar exams or the law subjects. And try to really go with what are the usual questions that are being asked year after year and always go with that. So try to manage your priorities. Focus on the subjects that you're not very good at or those that have really, really big units. And yeah, try to cover your ground with them. So if hindi na kaya yung iyong calendar that you prepared for and you feel like your plan is crumbling, just relax. What you do is just prioritize. Third tip, and this is actually one of the tips that I ask that you really should do, and that is to practice testing. You rehearse testing. Try to simulate the bar exams and really do it yourself. You practice testing. So in my case, it was still handwritten back in the day, so it's essay writing and handwritten dapat. So what I did is I really simulated the bar exams. Thanks to my review center, by the way. They would send questionnaires and I would sit down all by myself and then try to really pretend like it was the bar exams already. So there are 4-hour chunks. So 4-hour chunks in the morning and in the afternoon, and then try to answer them as if you're really answering the bar exam. That what that does kasi is that it builds your stamina and it creates this kind of like pathway in your brain. Of course, I can't prove that, no, but what it did for me is that it created this kind of like habit for myself so that I'm not super shocked when it comes to the actual bar exams, because I kind of had the feel of it. So it's really like practicing, you know. So yeah, so do mock bars, do simulations, do practice testing. Tip number 4, master the fundamentals. Because babahain kayo ng mga new case laws and all these complex things, no, when it comes to the questions and the issues. There's just so many things to think about. But when your fundamentals are established and strong, then you have a really high chance to pass or even top the bar exams. This is because if you have already a very good foundation for your law subjects, let's say, or you really know your codal so well, when you're confronted with very complex legal issues, you can actually see through the different issues, the different implications, because your foundations are grounded. So if all else fails, you know, if you don't have time to study all the latest jurisprudence, just go back to the fundamentals. The core legal concepts that you know of and that's stated in the law. So you go back to the laws. Tip number 5 is to take good care of yourself. This is one of the things that most bar examinees really forget. Even myself, I had to remind myself to take good care of my health, my well-being, my physical state. You really have to eat healthy food, or else if puro junk food yan, you're gonna feel lethargic, you're gonna feel sluggish, and you're very prone to diseases and sickness and viruses and whatnot, no? So you really have to make sure that you are operating at your optimum state. Make sure you eat healthy, eat lots of vegetables, hydrate well, and of course, get enough sleep. Huwag kang magpuyat night after night. Because if magpupuyat ka, your brain is not going to be at its best. So it's not worth it. Yung pinagpuyatan mo, it's not worth it because what you've studied, it's true. When you're cramming, what you've studied, you're gonna forget. If not the next day, you're gonna forget it in the long run, you know? So if you want the long game, if you want to really have, you know, stamina, because this is a marathon, of course, it's not just a sprint, right? So you really have to kind of like treat yourself as an athlete really and be holistic in your approach to the bar exams. It's not just the brain. And of course, the brain is part of your body, right? If your body is sickly, if your body is weak, then your brain will also be weak. So stop taking all these artificial drugs na coffee and all these neurotic, I don't know, the pills. They honestly, they don't really work. So yeah, coffee is only really good to just pump up your morning or inspire you and of course make you feel, you know, relaxed, and it's really very enjoyable. But to depend on coffee is will do more harm than good. So try to be healthy as much as you can, exercise, and don't forget your health. Because, you know, when I took the bar in 2016, I actually had, you know, students from other schools who fainted on the day of the bar exams or got sick or were hospitalized. So you don't want to be part of that, right? So so many things could happen. Of course, some sicknesses we don't really intend to have or are really unexpected, but as much as possible you have to build your health during your review. Don't neglect your health. And lastly, tip number 6, enjoy the process. Don't think of this event as the means to an end. You know, like, okay, I just gotta get it done and over with para maging lawyer na ako. No, enjoy this journey. Enjoy studying the law and really delving deep into the intricacies of every legal concept, every doctrine, right? Really relish this moment and try to enjoy every step of the way. Kasi if you just think of it as a tool, you know, if you think of it as a means to an end, then you're not really gonna embrace the law. So if you love something, diba? Studies show that if you're passionate about something, you love something, your performance on that thing will actually increase. practice, right? So your likelihood of passing or topping the bar exams will actually be much higher if you enjoy the process. So don't be so miserable about this. And also another thing is that if something bad happens or you have problems along the way, try to really be emotionally detached, right? So don't focus on the problems, focus on your enjoyment of the study of the law. Really love it, and it will love you back, I promise. So don't be super hard on yourself. Try to take a break within the week. Let's say, for my case before, every Monday. So the bar exams were on Sundays. Every Monday, I really sleep. I watch a movie. I relax. I unwind. Some of my friends, they still study. So that's studying nonstop. But I just didn't do it. I just wanted to, declutter my mind and really relax my mind. And because I wanted to enjoy the process. So enjoy the process. If you want to go out, go out. If you want to lock yourself down and you can do that, but whatever makes you feel you're enjoying what you're doing, do that. So I hope you learned a thing or two from my tips. And if you're taking the bar exams this year, I wish you all the best and I am rooting for you. And comment down below, please, if you're one of the bar examinees for this year. And I really, really hope that you become my pañero or pañera next year. So there you have it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching the Hey Attorney podcast. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. Also, comment down below your thoughts and questions. Again, this is Attorney Bernice Piñol Rodriguez, your Hey Attorney on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. See you again next week, and remember, know your rights and do what's right.